Hey TVs, it's Psychic Bob. Ooh, well, here we are. We made it to Friday. It's been an intense week. Thank God we made it. It's Friday, and you know what that means? Time for UFO Friday. But before we get into all that, I got to show you my cool shirt. I don't know if I've shown this to you guys before. But you know, yesterday we were talking about Vogue magazine and designers. Well, I got this shirt recently. It's a really cool Gucci shirt. And see, it's got the snake on it. Anyways, I thought you'd like to see it because you know I love all things Gucci. By the way, I'm not being endorsed by Gucci nor Vogue, but I do like this style. And today I'm wearing a mystical pendant. This is called the Star of Ur, or also known as the Star of Inanna or the Star of Ishtar. Inanna was the ancient mother goddess in Samaria, and later in Babylon, she was an ancient mother goddess, a moon goddess, a war goddess, a protectress goddess. Anyways, we're going to probably do a whole video next Wednesday for Wiccan Wednesday about the Star of Ishtar and the goddess Ishtar and Inanna. And anyways, but I just had to wear this today. I just was drawn to it. And so, anyways, on Wednesday, next Wednesday, we'll talk about that. Okay. Anyways, also, you know, as I was telling you yesterday, you know, since I've been reading Vogue, I've been really excited about my artworks because Vogue is inspiring my art and creativity. And I recently bought from an estate sale a vintage print. It's still in its plastic. That's why there's a little glare here. This is a vintage 1950s Picasso lithograph. For any of you who may not know, I am a total worshiper of Picasso. I love all the modern art, really. I love classic, I love art. But I'm a big, big fan of anything Picasso. And I bought this, and anyways, I just today went out and I got a frame for it. Actually, I don't have it here, but I'm going to frame it and I'll show it to you guys. But isn't this an interesting print? This is called Nocturne, and it's supposed to be a garden at nighttime. So it looks kind of strange and abstract, which Picasso is known for, his Cubist style. But I guess it's supposed to be like plants, and there's a night sky, and they've got lights draped across the garden. Anyways, kind of exotic and strange, but I just love it. So this is a vintage print from the 1950s, and once I get it framed, I'll show it to you guys. Anyways, well, here we are, UFO Friday. And today I want to talk about a subject. One of my viewers here, and I forget who it was. Oh my God, I couldn't find the quote. Forgive me, I can't remember. This might have been Billy Mayer. Billy, was this you or was it somebody else? Forgive me, I forgot who said this. It's been a few weeks. But somebody said to me, Psyche Bob, have you heard about the Dero aliens? D-E-R-O. And they wrote me a thing and told me a little bit about it and said, you need to research them. Well, I started looking into it. And by the way, whoever gave me that tip, thank you. Forgive me, I'm just blanking who it was because I can't find the comment. But you know who you are, so identify yourself in the box below, okay? I think it might have been Billy. If it's not you, Billy, somebody else. Anyways, thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are rocking. Well, I started looking up about the Dero aliens, and I have to tell you, what I found was very, very, excuse me, interesting. A little disturbing as well, but definitely interesting. Now, you know, as I have said it before, well, first of all, the universe is massive. We know that. And I've always said there's no reason why it can't be populated with life, which it really is. And like on Earth, not everybody out there is going to be buddy-buddy and friendly. And so as I discovered this class of Dero aliens, I came to find out that they're not the most friendly of aliens. But we'll get into that in just a minute. I kind of want to back up here and go back to ancient India. Because as many of you know, I have a great love for the Indian god, Lord Ganesh. And you know, Lord Ganesh is one of the most ancient of Indian gods. And if you haven't seen Lord Ganesh, he's got the body of a human and the head of an elephant. In fact, let me put some pictures up here for you. So as you can see, that is Lord Ganesh, and he's believed to be the son of Lord Shiva. Of course, it depends on which school of Hinduism you're in. Some say he's a demigod, and some schools, such as the Ganapatya school, believes that he is the ultimate god, the high god, the creator of the universe. Whatever way you choose to look at him, that's fine. I love Lord Ganesh. I consider him a form of the horned lord, the god, because he has tusks. And anyways, what's really interesting, though, is that as I started researching the Dero aliens, it had to come up. Could Lord Ganesh be connected to an alien race that visited the Earth? Now, I have speculated before that some of the ancient gods of India, of Egypt, etc., may have actually been star people. I've talked about Lord Krishna and Lord Vishnu, and if you actually read the tales of the Mahabharata about the various gods, and we've done other videos on this, there are certainly things in there that make it sound very much like they may have come from a whole different world. The scriptures say they came from the heavenly realm, the realm of the gods, which to an ancient person could literally be the stars. So if that is true, and it is possible, then Lord Ganesh may be connected to a race of aliens called the Deros. Now, the difference is that Lord Ganesh, in all the encounters I've read about him, is incredibly kind, loving, gentle, compassionate. So he doesn't carry the general traits of the Dero aliens. But what's interesting is that whether we believe that the aliens are Lord Ganesh or Lord Ganesh's aliens, it does bring up the issue of could ancient aliens have visited Earth, which many people believe they have. I'm one who's included in that. There's an interesting picture here that I want to show you as well. Some people speculate that Lord Ganesh may not have actually been part of the Dero aliens, but a separate race of aliens. Some people believe that some of the ancient astronauts may have come wearing helmets and breathing apparatus that created a trunk-like effect. And for an ancient person seeing that, they may have interpreted it as an elephant trunk, even though it was a breathing device. Let me put another picture up here for you of an ancient, possible look of an ancient alien and how that could be interpreted as an elephant form. Take a look at this picture. Check this out. So that's very, very interesting, isn't it? I think it is. So anyways, you can see the similarities there. But if the Dero aliens are real, they also could be another reason why people started to honor Lord Ganesh. Okay? Now, don't take my word for it, because there are others who have had such encounters. There was a guy back in the 1930s called Richard Shaver, or Shavers, I can't remember. Yes, I'll look it up. Anyways, Richard Shaver, we'll call him that for now. And Richard Shaver claims to have been abducted by the Dero aliens. Now, what's really fascinating is that he encountered them in stages. He worked as a welder, like a spot welder, and supposedly the Dero aliens started a mind-to-mind connection with him, that they have the ability to do telepathy, like many aliens. And this led to a further and ongoing interaction. And then one night, literally while he was in bed, he was abducted and he was taken to an underground location. It's believed that the Dero aliens live in a subterranean world. I guess before we go further, I should probably show you a picture of the Dero aliens. Take a look at this. So as you can see, the Dero aliens have a humanoid form. They look pretty much like humans, but their head and their ears very much resemble those of an elephant. And I can't help but reflect back to pictures of Lord Ganesh and wonder, could there be a gap, a bridge here between both of these realities? Okay. So, according to Richard Shaver, the Dero Aliens, one, they live underground in a subterranean world. Okay. It's believed that there is an inner hollow earth where many alien races are living. There's also another branch of aliens called the Teros, T with the letter T, not a D. Teros, Teros, who are more like humans. Now, I've talked before about the Telosian aliens who live underground, and these are believed, Telosians are believed descendants of the Pleiadians, but the Telosians, like the Teros, have been here so long that they're really Earth beings. They don't think of themselves as from outer space anymore. They consider themselves original Earth inhabitants. So, it's very interesting. What's really alien? Maybe they're here longer than us. But anyways, from what I understand, there's an ongoing conflict between the Teros or the Telosians and the Deros. The Deros are considered disruptive to Earth life. They want to literally come up out of the Earth, take over, and enslave or kill off humans. It's believed in some circles that the Dero aliens may be even doing an alliance with the reptilian aliens. So I know it sounds like a science fiction movie, but there are a lot of people who have encountered this directly, even some high-level government officials. There was an admiral in the military, I believe it was in the Navy, Admiral Byrd, I think was his name, back in the 1940s or 50s. He actually flew over, I believe it was South America or North America. I think it was South America. I have to look this up, but I can't remember right now. But he basically discovered the hollow earth and discovered there were advanced beings. Now, he encountered the Telosians, who are very much like us. They look exactly like us. And he was amazed at their technology. Well, this Richard Shaver found himself in the hollow earth, literally abducted out of his bed. And the Deros basically showed him their world. And they basically said they're going to take over the world, they're going to enslave humans, make us slaves, or kill us off. And I don't remember what exactly happened. Somehow he was released or they sent him back for whatever reason. But what's interesting is he got a good look at them in their world. And so to give you kind of a breakdown, the Deros have a human body, look like ours, except the face and their head are more elephant-like. They're a little larger than human size, and they're incredibly, incredibly strong from what I understand. As I mentioned before, they are hostile towards humans. They do want to make a slave race out of humanity. They do tend to kidnap humans. Some humans go there and never come back. And in fact, I think Richard Shaver said that at one point he did see humans that were being kept in chains there and tortured and enslaved. So that's kind of scary, okay? From what I understand, they do have advanced technology such as flying ships, saucers, lasers. They have literally machines that they can put to human minds. From what I understand from him, they used kind of a ray or something to read his mind and to actively open telepathy for him. So it was a kind of a technological element that they used. And it's also believed that the Deros have the ability to move interdimensionally. Because he talked about at one point, it's like they came through a wall, literally. And so it's believed they're able to bend that time-space continuum, physical reality. So they themselves have an extra-dimensional or interdimensional element to them, and it's believed that they may be able to travel through the galaxy and the universe that way. And many people speculate, that the old mythology, the stories of the ugly trolls that came out of the earth, may have actually been Deros. And the Deros themselves seem to indicate that they have been with the earth for thousands and thousands of years. So, when we're talking about the aliens, we're always talking about going out into the stars. But it sounds like a lot of the beings from the stars have now come to us and are already here living within the earth. Now, this is fascinating because does this mean that there's going to be eventually an emergence from the earth of these beings. From all the accounts I've been reading, it does appear that something large is about to happen. I don't know what it is yet, but many of the world leaders have been making strange trips to the South Pole, the bottom of the earth, and it's believed that there's a major doorway there into inner earth. The patriarch of the Russian Orthodox Church went there. One of the Pope's representatives went there. A lot of world leaders. John Kerry suddenly went there. I think Hillary might have gone there. Hillary Clinton. But a lot of world leaders have been rushing down to Antarctica, and nobody really knows why. But if we study the history accounts of the things that have occurred in that region, I do believe there are open doors and portals there to inner Earth, possibly an interdimensional portal that's allowing beings from other worlds to come through. So now we got to think about the Dero aliens. According to all accounts I've read, and I haven't found any nice ones yet, they're all pretty evil. But don't let that scare you, because, I mean, there's evil even in humans. We got a lot of humans that are walking around doing evil stuff. So, we can expect the aliens to be good and evil as well. But remember, the Pleiadians and the Telosians, they're on our side. So we're not alone in the universe. And I suspect that any emergence that may eventually come through emergence from an Earth will, of course, prompt a full-scale disclosure. And as I've told you, I really feel we're close to disclosure. And so we need to keep an eye out, and be ready. Because if it happens, most of the world's not going to be able to handle it like you or I do. People that are spiritually minded and research these things, they already know about it. So when the Telosians or the Deros or Pleiadians show up, we're all going to be like, oh, finally they came. We've been waiting, Maybe a little less blasé than that. But, we're not going to be terrorized and traumatized like a lot of people. So anyways, I'm still researching the Dero aliens, but I want to say thank you to those of you who brought this to me. Thank you. I think it's fascinating. It's unfortunate that then we're encountering an evil race, but again, there's a balance in the universe, good and evil. So if you run into a Dero alien, be very cautious. I would not comply with them or be associating with them. They sound very dangerous. Anyways, well, there you go. Anyways, I should also mention that Richard Shaver, when he tried to tell his story in the 30s, most people didn't believe it, and he was scoffed and laughed at. He ended up writing his story and sending it to a magazine called Weird Tales. I'll put at the end pictures of one of his Weird Tale covers. And he tried to tell the publishers, this is not a fiction story. This is a real encounter story. But they didn't really believe it. They published as fiction. So if you say, oh, Bob, none of that's real, Richard Shavers was a fictional writer. If you look it up, though publicly he was listed as a fictional writer. But his official story was, none of this is fiction. It really happened. But they were the only magazine at the time who'd actually give him a spot to get the word out. And he felt, because he'd encountered this, that the world needed to know. So anyways, very interesting. So tell me in the box below, do you know about the Dero aliens? Have you seen them? Do you know about Lord Ganesh? Have you had an encounter with him? I can tell you I've had an encounter with Lord Ganesh. It was very peaceful and very positive. So I don't actually think that he's a Dero alien, but he could have a link to them in some way, but he's definitely a different class, in my opinion. Anyways, tell me in the box below what you know about the Dero aliens, or if you've encountered an alien yourself. I'd love to hear about it. Well, guys, listen, keep it here. Thanks for being here. I love you guys. Listen, if you get bored and want some spiritual reading, you might want to pop over to my website, pick up some books. I got Messages from Rose there. It's about my life and work as a medium. It's a biographical book. I also have Psyche Bob's Book of Wiccan Wisdom, which talks about different things, my thoughts and things I've learned over the last 20 years of doing Wicca. So we have some wonderful books, and there are plenty of others. That's just a few I have here in front of me. Go to my website, robert-hickman.com. And if you're interested in getting on my schedule for a private reading, reach out to me as well. Give me a call at my office. 571-483-2112 is my phone. If I'm not there, please leave me a message. I will get it. And I hope to hear from you. Anyways, guys, thanks for being here. I love you. Keep it here. I'm going to rock it out my Gucci shirt. How you like that? I got my big snake on. Shh. Serpent is a sign of ancient wisdom, too. And I got my Ishtar star on. I'm in a magical mode. Anyways, I'm going to work tonight on framing this beautiful Picasso print. And I'll show that to you hopefully tomorrow. By the way, keep it here tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Saturday. You know what that means? We're going to have our Saturday spiritualist class and our seance. So make sure to be here, okay? All right, guys. We'll see you back here tomorrow. I love you. Till then, may you always blessed be.